Hello everybody, Floppy Hat Photos back here again for another episode of my Be Positive van. And today is Tuesday, November 10th, 2015. And I'm out here just letting it warm up, make sure I got the antifreeze full and all that good stuff. One of the things I did today, I did quite a bit of stuff to it today, but one of the big things, I did flush out the radiator. It's going to be getting cold really soon. So I went ahead and gave that a real heavy flush. I do need to replace the radiator cap. It's still running right now. I've hosed down everything to get rid of the leftovers. That was a residue in that was left over from all the antifreeze that pumped out and whatnot with the actual flushing kit. I need to make sure it's fully full, so I'm going to let it run, get the heat cycle all the way through it real good, and I'll go back and check it again. The other thing that I've done on this was a couple days ago, but this was electrically taped in, and the motor is burnt out, so the mirror doesn't work. But there's a center bracket, like a little, looks like a dog bone that clips into a clip, and there's two threaded screws that actually hold it in place. I was able to actually get that wedged in. They'd had a screw back here on this side at one point, which is what that tape there is for, so it didn't break the glass. A handful of things I didn't like. I've got it lined up. It's almost perfect where I want it. For me, it's a giant mirror, so it works for about any seat position. Luckily, it really overcompensates for that. I also went through and lithium greased all the hinges, all the door locks, all the handles, all the hood hinges, all that good stuff. Just because, like, even right there, I just opened the door into that locking position. Before, it would make this really loud, like, clanking, rattling sound. That's been lubricated up now. I am going to pull that speaker out before I put my panel back in. There's no reason carrying that weight around. I've got to get that done. I have the panels, which, let's see here. This is the, this panel right here you're looking at is in the van. Actually goes on the passenger side rear. It's going to go right there. That board, that 2x2 is going to run across the windows there. I'm going to screw that into place. I'm going to put one of those across on that side over there, across those two windows also. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a board in along this metal frame here also to kind of give myself a little something more to grab a hold of, and might even run a couple boards up and down in the windows just to kind of give myself something good to screw to. I haven't made my mind up 100% on that yet, so I'm still thinking. These are in here because they are not dry. The temperature's, I think, dropping quickly. It was up in the high 50s today, maybe mid 50s. I think 53 is what I think I saw the highest I saw. But it's not good. So they're in here. I got the door panels, all four of them here. You can see the two back there are missing. The one here missing. The one door is opened also missing. So they're all ready to go. These four small panels need a second coat. This big panel already has a second coat on it. And I parked it out here in the middle of the yard where it's going to get the morning sun. The van does kind of stink like tung oil right now. Or teak oil I believe it is actually, that I'm using. I'm just going to live with that because I need to have the heat on there as best I can. You can see them back here a little better. Again, you heard a little clink there. That little bit, I'm going to have to grease that up again. That right there is what keeps that door from swinging shut on me. And the passenger side, or driver's side of this barn door, that part is broke. You can see it in there. So I've got to try and order a new one. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do, because I was looking at building a bracket out there, and it just dawned on me right now. I'm going to just get myself a small pair of vice grips and just clamp it right on there, and that'll hold that door open. So that'll actually work perfect. I also got this boot right here that came off. I got to get that back in there. I just noticed that. I don't remember seeing that before. So that's going to get stuck back in place so I don't get bugs and stuff in here. The bed's in here, the bed frame, I've used it when I camped the other day. Working great. This is just an extra piece of paneling I have that's going to go up on the ceiling eventually. They're just using that to lay these panels on while they dry. So, and the van, like I said, does stink like ass right now, but not a big deal. It's going to air out just fine. This right here is where the antenna used to be, so I got to make myself a bracket that covers that up. Don't know exactly how I'm doing that yet. It's got a little bit of rust. I can come in here and grind it off and get some primer on it. Unfortunately, they did not paint behind it like idiots, so I've got to figure out if I want to try and purple over that with that burgundy color or what I want to do. This whole thing, the clear coat's bad, but that looks way obviously ugly, so got to figure it out. Oh, I did replace the windshield wipers. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet or not. One of the things I do with all my vehicles, I replace all the windshield wipers. I also went through and checked all the air pressures on the tires. I apparently didn't check them when I got them because they were way overinflated. There was like 3 of them, like 70 pounds. One of them was like 22, and one of them was like a 35. So I got them all back, or I want them all at 39 PSI. These tires are calling for upwards of 60 PSI. It's ridiculous. I'd mentioned earlier I'd replaced the headlights on it, which that's good. I'd also, since I've bought them, if I mentioned, I replaced 2 of the taillights in the back that were bad also. So went ahead, just kind of hanging out with it, just enjoying the fact I've got my new air pump over there, which is the smog pump that's going to be replacing, that should solve my problem of the squealing belts, I hope. And I also just found out today that I was so excited. I found out today that they do make a air conditioner block-off kit that fits this. If it's the clip, the spring clip, not the cramp-on. If it's a cramp-on, we're going to build a hose and crimp it on their stuff to make it work, because they don't make the kit for that, which will actually save me a little bit of money, but it's more likely to leak down the road. So I'm kind of really leaning towards, hopefully it just has the clip-on kit. It's like 85 bucks to get that in, and then probably $300 to get it eliminated, get it recharged and stuff up. So hoping to get that done, get it in the shop as soon as possible and get all it going. And once that's done, I'll be so excited. I'm going to go ahead, also decided today I'm going to have them flush the transmission out while it's up on the rack. Might as well have them drop the pan, replace the filter, do all that good stuff, because why the hell not? It's a lot easier to replace the fluids and flush it out now than it is later and have to solve problems of having burn up transmissions and all that good stuff. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I will talk to you guys soon. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Whatever you do on your adventures, get out there, have fun, and be positive.